Ever had that moment where someone pushes you so far your brain doesn't even go to rage mode? It goes straight to calculated silence? That was me. I didn't start the day planning to put anyone in checkmate, but when a stranger parked her Tesla halfway across my private cabin drive like she ran the place, I realized something. I wasn't mad. I was motivated. Name's Cal Monroe, 41, ex-aerospace tech, now a smart home engineer. I design cabin automation systems for owners who want peace, privacy, and the ability to lock you out with a thumbprint. As a bonus project, I built my own, a custom smart cabin tucked just outside Timber Hollow, a woodsy town where the deer are friendly and the HOA board, not so much. The place was perfect. Solar panels, rainwater recapture, secured mesh Wi-Fi grid, basically a fortress disguised as a log home. I bought the lot last year. Private deed, fenced perimeter, not part of Timber Hollow's HOA jurisdiction. But that never stopped people like her. Janice Whitford. HOA chair, late 50s, hungry for control, and apparently allergic to trespassing signs. She spotted my cabin while surveying for community aesthetics and decided she didn't like how my upgraded pine siding clashed with the HOA's vision. But this time, Janice didn't just critique, she acted. Saturday morning, I step outside to launch a software patch, and there's her glossy pearl white Tesla Model Y parked nose first across my cabin driveway, blocking my utility vehicle and trailer access. No note, no knock, just bold entitlement. At first, I assumed it was a lost hiker or a cabin guest who took a wrong turn, until Janice rounded the bend in her joggers and HOA name tag, carrying a clipboard and an attitude. "You're in non-compliance," she declared, not even making eye contact. "I've temporarily seized this route for an unsanctioned inspection. You're not allowed to alter visual structure without board guidance." I told her, as kindly as possible, that this was private land. She ignored me. That's when I glanced down at the diagnostic feed on my wrist tablet, saw her car's wireless access point was exposed, and calmly said, "Nice Tesla." She raised an eyebrow. I raised mine. She had no idea what was coming next. She scoffed. "Excuse me, did you just compliment my car?" I nodded. "Beautiful machine. Too bad it's beaming a live VIN signal through unshielded mesh." She blinked. "What?" I tilted my tablet slightly so she could see her Tesla's interface, location, lock status, energy levels, and one tempting button labeled Secure Mode. I didn't press it yet. I work in cabin-level digital ecosystems, and incidentally, I help develop Tesla fleet diagnostics for off-grid environments. That model you're driving? It's got a known handshake flaw. She still didn't get it. So I added, it means if someone wanted to, say, lock your EV from the inside and block any cellular override, they could. Her mouth opened, closed. "You wouldn't dare." That's when I dared. I stepped inside, ran a proximity lock, activated timeout mode, and watched her Tesla flash its lights twice, chirp gently, and seal itself like a space pod. Her car was now a padded, air-conditioned prison. Outside, Janice rattled the handle like she could muscle it open. Then she did what Karens do, pulled out her phone to call for help. Too bad I'd already activated the local signal blocker grid. She waved her phone in panic like it would summon a signal magically. "You idiot! This is federal interference!" "No, this is private property, and you entered it without consent. State law defines this as trespassing. You're going to regret this," she growled, still storming in a circle like a confused zoo animal. By noon, half the street knew something was up. My neighbor Dana strolled over with camp chairs and an extra thermos. She'd battled Janice the year before over mailbox paint color. "Are we watching a live eviction?" Dana grinned. "Think of it as a teachable moment," I replied. Clipped audio from the lodge's smart fence sensors recorded everything Janice said earlier about seizing access and violator intervention. I sent copies to my legal backups and the county land records office with timestamps aligned to Tesla logs. Janice called the police. Again, no signal. After 90 minutes pacing her car, she slumped in the driver's seat watching the infotainment screen lock, the charging port seal, and the cameras in her vehicle now uploading real-time footage from her own live stream to my cloud server. That's when I found it. The files. Buried in her Tesla's voice logs was a 12-minute conversation recorded hands-free. Janice talking to Ralph, her cousin, and enforcer for Timber Hollow's HOA code compliance team. The chat was crystal clear. She admitted she makes the newcomers squirm by any means, including fake citations, made-up fire inspection violations, and temporary inconveniencing of unregistered homes until they get the message. This wasn't a parking mistake. This was a hit job, textbook intimidation. Day 2 came. Storm clouds loomed outside, and Janice still stuck. Auto timeout meant once parked under remote lockdown, her car wouldn't reboot for 72 hours unless overridden by internal fleet licenses, which, conveniently, I had access to. She banged her fists against the windows. Threats became pleas. She claimed allergies, panic attacks. "I'll sue you," turned to, "I'm sorry." Officer Lee from the county sheriff's department finally arrived. Smart, calm, curious. I showed her everything. Driveway cam footage, property deeds, boundary maps, and the audio file of Janice's HOA extortion strategy, and then offered access to my Tesla logs. Lee nodded slowly. "Seems like the Tesla detained the intruder, not you." "Exactly," I said, with a grin. Day 4. I allowed partial signal for specific URLs to be loaded from the Tesla screen. Meditation apps, weather, and yes, DoorDash, because I wasn't cruel. I even let Dana send Janice a toasted bagel through the sunroof. She took it like a squirrel at a petting zoo, suspicious but hungry. By day 5, I'd compiled enough to file a civil claim. My lawyer even volunteered pro bono. He used to live in Timber Hollow before Janice booted him over a non-compliant patio heater. Surprise, surprise. We filed for trespass, intentional disruption of utilities, property interference, and defamation, since Janice had tried posting online that I'd hacked her Tesla and kidnapped her. Only the car's security footage showed it was Janice who crossed the line, and I simply secured my perimeter. Day 5, HOA board members began to resign, quietly, one by one. A whistleblower emailed me. Apparently, Janice had ordered off-books fence surveys and tampered with emergency access codes for cabins outside HOA lines, like mine. It spread fast. By the 6th day, the State Office of Consumer Protection had opened an inquiry into Timber Hollow's HOA operations. Day 7. I walked outside, hit release on my tablet, and watched her door unlock with a hiss. Janice emerged sweaty, mascara-streaked, and shaking. She didn't say anything, just stood there, unwilling to meet anyone's eyes. A few neighbors clapped. One kid held up a hand-lettered sign that read, "Private property means private." As she staggered to leave, I handed her a printed copy of my trespass charge. "You parked here once without permission," I said. "This paperwork's permanent." She tried to spin some final ultimatum, but paused when 2 sheriff's cruisers rolled up behind her. They had questions. So did the news team I'd tipped off. Turns out that HOA Visual Compliance Initiative Janice ran had resulted in 3 seniors losing their homes over fake mold claims and 1 veteran fined for porch clutter because of his folded flag display. Janice was arrested weeks later at an HOA fundraiser, charged with misdemeanor fraud, unlawful documentation, and 1 count of obstruction. Her Tesla? Impounded. Her reign? Over. The HOA restructured under community vote. Dana became president. First order of business, strip the bylaws down to 10 basic rules. Second order, open a community feedback portal not run by a clipboard tyrant. As for me, I added Janice's voice logs to a new system tutorial I sell to off-grid homebuyers. I titled it, "Control Your Perimeter: Why Every Smart Cabin Needs a Signal Blocker and a Real-Time BS Detector." Reception's been great. Janice wrote me a letter from the county reentry program. Said the Tesla changed her life. Ironic. So did I go too far? Maybe. But sometimes you can't fight control freaks with yelling or begging. You fight them with buttons and a full system reset. Justice or overkill? Smart defense or tech revenge? Would you have pressed that button or walked away? Ever dealt with an HOA tyrant or neighbor who crossed the line? Drop your story below. Smash like if you've ever wanted a signal jammer, and subscribe for more.